Hey everyone, welcome. It's Abigail from ArtQuest. Today we're taking you back to OMA to meet up with the artist of relics, Robert Xavier Burden. Hi Robert, I brought some fifth graders along and we'd love to ask you some questions. Are you up for a chat?
Absolutely. Hi fifth graders.
What you up to?
I'm just working on this giant 12-foot alien painting.
Cool. Where are you from?
I'm from Toronto, Canada.
What's your favorite thing about where you grew up?
There's a lot of trees where I grew up.
Did you always want to be an artist?
When I was very young, I wanted to be a zookeeper, and then when I was in middle school, I wanted to be an animator, and then when I was around 16, I decided I wanted to be an artist.
What's going on here behind you?
I'm working on this 12-foot by 8-foot painting that features almost 200 different alien toys. I'm painting it here at the museum for the next few months.
Quick, name your top 3 favorite aliens.
Superman, Marvin the Martian, and E.T.
Your work is so detailed and massive. It reminds me of Michelangelo. How do you paint something so large?
Well, thank you for comparing it to Michelangelo. I work on a large scale over a long period of time, and I often have scaffolding in my studio. It's not very comfortable. It's certainly more comfortable than painting on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
Why are we seeing so much blue in this painting?
Because I start each painting with a blue underpainting just to establish shadows and a dark to light value range. And then after that's dry, I start to put color over top of each figure.
Sounds methodical. These fifth graders are part of OMA's ArtQuest program, where they learn how artists and scientists are similar. Do you agree with that?
I think that similar to scientists, there's a lot of trial and error, there's a lot of methodical steps, and there is a lot of successes and failures that come along the way before you figure out what works.
Speaking of failure, what's your best failure?
My best failure, that's probably the Thundercats painting. It was a painting I made in 2011, and I don't consider it to be a very successful painting. But I learned more about painting from making that one piece through all of the errors that I made. And because of that painting, I am a better painter today.
When will you finish the alien painting?
I hope to have this painting finished in the fall of this year. I started it in early 2020, and by the end of it, it will have taken around 2,700 hours. 2,700
hours? Wow. Forgive me for what I'm about to say, Robert, but can we head to the Batcave?
Sure. Follow me to the Batcave.
Is this your first superhero painting?
It's the first of 4 epic superhero paintings that I hope to make. Another one would be of Superman, Spider-Man, and the Incredible Hulk.
What made you decide to go from collecting toys to painting them?
I was going through a box of my childhood toys when I was helping my parents move out of their home in my early 20s. I wanted to recapture that sense of awe that I had for these things when I was a kid and try to look at them in that same sort of sense of wonder.
I love your use of color and pattern. Can you tell us where that comes from?
When I started doing these paintings, I was using wallpaper and fabric patterns from my childhood home, and over the years I started to incorporate a lot more decorative motifs throughout history. I use a lot of vibrant colors and complementary color schemes to help make things pop off the canvas. I also do very graphic patterning with very blended figures, which helps to enhance the vibrancy and make the figures really pop.
Mind if we jump from bats to bears?
Not at all. To the bear cave.
Who's the bear?
That's Shinte. She's a grizzly bear from the Toronto Zoo.
What's the last zoo you've been to?
It was the San Diego Zoo. I went there to photograph their cheetahs.
What inspired you to put Shinte with these other characters?
All of these wildlife paintings are about the artificial plastic object of the mass-produced world versus the one-of-a-kind fragility of the natural world.
Who's your favorite bear?
I think my favorite bear in the painting is Big Al. It's one of the first stuffed animals I remember having.
Okay, final question. What advice would you give to fifth graders who are interested in becoming an artist?
I think having a creative outlet is very important for most people. And if you really want to be an artist, you don't need anybody to tell you how to do it. You just pick up a pencil, you pick up a paintbrush, and you start creating. And you keep creating, and you never, ever give up.
Thanks for taking the time to talk with us today, Robert. We'll let you get back to your masterpiece.
It was my pleasure. Bye, fifth graders.
We hope you had a great ArtQuest and can't wait to see you back here soon at Oceanside Museum of Art, or as we call it, OMA.